Again, this is my last day of the free trial on Riverside. I think I'm going to use Streamlabs eventually, or StreamYard eventually. I'm really just trying to see which one I like. So far I like StreamYard better than Riverside, but Riverside connects to the podcast and connects to Spotify and all that good stuff. Hello again. Daily live, quick live. Let me see if we're up on every platform. I did figure out that you can link TikTok, but you need TikTok Studio. And I'd rather go live on TikTok through the phone straight up. But yeah, this is all part of remaining visible, audible, and continuing to pop out. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get it to um, listen, daily live. Yeah, just so people don't think I'm dead, man. A lot of the messages are, "I'll be missing you every breath you take." I'm like, well, damn. I'm just not gonna be on at night. I'm right here. And before we talk about some quick sports topics, a milli. What that mean? What that mean for the post to do a milli? I think that's blessings. I think that's energy. I think that's power. I think that's a good thing. I think if you got a million views on a 1 minute video of yourself just saying your truth and letting people know what you're up to professionally and personally, that means people care. That means you got some motion out here. So let's start banging in the chat first. I always like to hit the chat first, and then we'll hit some topics, and then we'll close. What's good, KM? What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? My guy Ben Valiant. I've used both. I found Riverside is more annoying to use. What I'm finding with Riverside is it is annoying. There's a lot of different features to learn and know. And yeah, Pam goes, "You have a nice clean shave." Yeah, I didn't shave yesterday, so playback watching those videos, I'm like, I should have shaved. But the Yankees allow beards, so you don't feel the pressure to shave anymore. Um, Chris says, "This is a pleasant surprise you doing a show now." Well, Chris is tapping in from YouTube where I was doing my live show every night because I was simulcasting my WFAN show. I was doing the live stream of my radio show, which what I'll say about that is as soon as I build this, like this is like a third bedroom, but it's like a dining room, like it's an open air spot in my apartment. And I got to build a wall here that's soundproof and thick wood, which that reminds me, maybe I'll go to Home Depot tomorrow. Maybe I'll save it for after the holidays. I don't know. Um, I think tomorrow is a day that we're gonna decorate. So there might be a reason. There might be a reason to go to Home Depot. Wow, it's funny. I just checked my text. My wife sent me a text. I'm not even on it because I was on it this morning. She goes, "Wow, it has 2 million views." So 2 milli, 2 milli, 2 milli, 2 milli, 2 milli, 2 milli, 2 milli.1. What that mean? What that mean? Somebody in the chat tell me what it means. What does it mean? 2.1 milli views. And that's just on the Elon Musk machine. And I'll tell you this, Elon is going to run me $20 for that video. That's what it means. Give me $20. Give me $20, Elon. Because I know you're putting ads and views and everything else over there. You know what I need to do too? Now that I got my phone out? Twitter. Because the Twitter chat, that's another thing. Shout out to Ben Valiant. The Twitter chat is not visible on the Twitter chat. That's another thing. Shout out to Ben Valiant. The Twitter chat is not visible on StreamYard. I can see YouTube over here. I think I can see Facebook, LinkedIn, um, and then I can't see Twitter. I can't see it on my phone either, so I got to open this up in another tab. That's another thing. Let me put on the list. I need a monitor. I need another monitor, like not another monitor. I have webcam here, MacBook here. I need a monitor to have the chat in, so the chat can be big. This is all work in progress, but I'm not a stranger to work. I like to do work. I like to build. I like to create. I like to get back to the drawing board. I was telling my homie Billy the Bat Boy, I said, bro, it's back to the drawing board, but now I have a board and I know how to draw. I used to go back to the drawing board with nada. So, what does it mean? Pam says, you have a lot of views. Simple and plain. Chris says, it means you are very popular. Yes, yes. I got voted into student council every year from 8th grade to senior year. Quick story to toot my own horn and go off the popularity. We had student council in my school. I did not know what the student council was. In the 7th grade, I remember one day a bus pulls up and some people I knew left to go get on that bus. And I forget who I grabbed before they left. And I'm like, yo, where you going? It's a field trip? And they said, yeah, today is student council day at Six Flags. What that mean? What does it mean? What student council day at Six Flags? Once I found out that Six Flags hosts a student council day for the entire state of New Jersey, middle schoolers and high schoolers, I ran for student council every single year that I was in school, and I got voted in every single year, and I went to Six Flags every single year. Some years I never went to Six Flags any other time besides student council day. Last but not least, I think my senior year when I really got hip to the game, I went into the teacher's office and I made a fake fast pass. If you know what fast pass is, fast pass back in the day, you could cut the line. So I made fake fast passes. Oh, it was my junior year because I remember some of the senior football players were with me. I made 4 fake passes for me and the football players that were on student council, and we skipped the lines and we rode every roller coaster in Six Flags all day. All right, back to the chat, man. Back to the chat. Just a little story time for y'all, man. Just a little, everything can't be all sports. Everything can't be all, we miss you. Where are you? What's going on, man? Chat, and then we'll talk about Sonny Gray. And I got a good segue into that. And my phone has been blowing up. It's still blowing up. My phone, you know what? My sister-in-law's birthday was last week, November 18th, like Drake sing about. And I didn't text her. But then when I saw her over the weekend, I straight up told her, I was like, I didn't text you because when my birthday comes, my phone gets blown up and it's like, yo, it takes away from your birthday because you got to respond to people. You got to answer calls. It's like a chore. It's work on your birthday. So I was like, let me not do that to you. And between yesterday and today, my phone has blown up way more than ever, my birthday, ever, way more than ever. Like my birthday, not even close. So appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Tune, you're being asked for. Watch. This is how I get Tune to come in here. Either you mess with Tune's food or you bring these out. You're being asked for. Come through quickly, because I'm supposed to be talking about sports and stuff. Come through. Right here. Quickly, bro. Quickly, bro. All right. Star of the show. Toonie. She's like, I don't want to be on camera. Why are you bringing me in here? You were asked for. You were asked. Karan asked where you were at. I'm like, I bet you I know how to get Toonie in here. If it's one thing I know how to get Toonie. Toonie could be across the apartment. She gonna hear her. She gonna hear her. You know what? She gonna hear these yada da means. And then all I did was, bang her bowl, make her think fresh food came out. Anyway, fresh new daily live here on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube, at Keith McPherson, everywhere except YouTube, where it's McPherson brand. The brand is built, a family brand. So, a couple things. Brandon Nimmo spoke. Marcus Simeon spoke. That trade is all the way done. In my opinion, it's way too early to judge who won the trade. And a lot of people are making a lot of claims, and I don't think we can't know. Both of those guys are getting up there in age. They're both very expensive players. Marcus Simeon is a much better defensive player than Brandon Nimmo is, in my opinion, in everyone's opinion, and defensive metrics will tell you that. And I think that's what David Stearns was prioritizing, the defense. Also, they were trying to get that contract up out of there. So that should lead you to believe that they're going to be in the market for an outfielder. Now, some people might think they're shopping at, Neiman Marcus and going after Kyle Tucker. I don't believe so. Some people might think that they're hitting Macy's for Cody Bellinger. I don't believe so. Some people might think that they're at J.C. Penney's to go get Harrison Bader. I don't know, man, but we're about to find out. The winter meetings are coming up, and what I plan on doing is kind of just, lining up my live streams for winter meetings, and that's why I'm testing all this different software out now, so that by that time we're just up and running, and we'll have some different things to, brand the chat. We'll have some different things to put on screen. I think winter meetings start December 8th. And Sonny Gray also was traded today. And, to me, if you're a Yankee fan and you're worried about Sonny Gray, I think you got the wrong idea. Sonny Gray is getting up there in age. Now, does it make the Red Sox better? Yeah. Can you tip your cap to the Red Sox? They traded for Garrett Crochet. They traded for Sonny Gray. And I think they're going to be in the market to try and sign another pitcher. They tried to sign trade for Joe Ryan. That didn't work out. But congrats to Sonny Gray. When he comes to Yankee Stadium, it's up. You know what I'm saying? When he comes to Yankee Stadium, Yankee fans are going to be all over him warming up in the bullpen over there. Left field bleachers where the terror squad is. That's heckle time. That's, tell Sonny Gray everything you want to tell him. So, Garrett Crochet, Sonny Gray, Brian Bayo, Cutter Crawford, Patrick Sandoval, I think that they go add another pitcher. I don't really care to talk about how. I'm over that too. A lot of people had takes about Hal Steinbrenner and what he had to say. And I look at it like this, bro. What do you expect him to say? What do you expect him to say? We're filthy rich and we're not going to spend that money on Kyle Tucker, Cody Bellinger, Tatsuya Imai. It's a business, and he is the owner of that business. It is his family business. What do y'all expect Hal to say? Now, I think Hal said enough to lead you to believe that there is no $300 million payroll. There is no cap on that. It's not $300 million. It's not $307 million. It's what Cashman brings to him after they try to field a competitive team. He said he feels like, they want to be able to win. They want to be able to win a championship, rather. So I wouldn't sweat that too much either. What else was there? The Nets lost to the Knicks, but what else is new? That's something I'll say as a Net fan who, I had eyes on the game last night. I knew they weren't beating the Knicks. They never beat the Knicks. There's a lot of peacocking going on about, Nick Claxton said, I never lost to the Knicks since I've been in the league. So what? Look at Nick Claxton then and look at Nick Claxton now. Look how long his hair is now and look how short his hair was when he said that. It's been years. Nick Claxton had hair longer than me cut it, said that. And now it's been years. I think it's been 3 years of hang time for Nick Claxton. But I understand Knicks fans want to hang on the rim because they had to go through the whole KD Kyrie era. Shout out to my guy at Everything Knicks. I saw his post about the clean sweep. That was 2019. We're about to go into 2026. What are we talking about that for? So much has changed. It's a Knicks town. We got it. We got it. The Nets are down and the Knicks are up. And whether they don't have OG or Landry Shamet, it doesn't matter. They're not going to lose to the Brooklyn Nets. 888-808-1019. You guys know the number to dial. I say that jokingly. What I am going to set up is Google Voice. And if you ever watched my Nets podcast, Talking Nets, we took calls as far as voicemails. I would have my JBL speaker set up, and we would take calls to Google Voice, and people would leave voicemails, and I would react to them there. So that's something else I'm adding to this list right now. The Google Voice number, I don't need to put it out yet, but before I do these live shows, especially coming to winter meetings, there will be a line if you want to dial in with a question and you want to articulate it, and it's not something that you can write in like a couple sentences, and you maybe it's 2 questions and you want to speak it, and you want people to hear you on the show, we're gonna run that back. Somebody on my Instagram, they're like, I'm gonna miss that year. And I didn't hit that all the time. It was always a year, but like sometimes I would come in with the WFAN jingle in a year. Like year is such New York typical slang. Shout out to Mikey. He said 2 now. I've always respected the fact that you are willing to engage in conversation with those who disagree with you. Good luck to you, Keith. Yeah. And I've been saying that all week because my haters are out. My haters think they won something. Congrats. My haters think they won from my decision. You can't win from something that I decided on. You understand how that works? Like you can't win from something that I did. It doesn't work like that. But if they don't have a story these days, they'll make one. I got haters making up all kinds of stories, and I'm flattered. And I engage with them. Someone said to me on Facebook, I'm swimming in messages and stuff to try and get back to. Somebody said to me on Facebook, why do you engage with the negativity? I go, I'm immune to it at this point. It's all the same to me now. I basically unblocked all my haters and unmuted all my haters, and I see them now and it doesn't get to me. It did when I first started. Racism got to me. Critiques on my show, my voice, my hair, that stuff got to me. And when you do this every day, you grow callous. You know what I'm saying? You get a thicker skin. They talk about having rabbit ears. I don't have rabbit ears. I have regular ears. And they say, don't read the comments. No, you do read the comments because that is how you get a gauge for what people are talking about, what people are saying, and it creates content. I just put a video out today where I was like, somebody was saying how I had no credentials. And I'm like, well, here's the rebuttal. I have no credentials. I don't even flex. I don't even flex my resume. I don't even flex where I went to school because it was a long time ago. I don't even flex. When I told my story, I told y'all the first thing I ever did on a microphone when I was 16. I was the sophomore starting quarterback at Ocean Township High School. And then I would call all the Pop Warner football games on Sunday. And that was my intro into being on a loudspeaker, performing in front of people. And somebody's dad came up and said, you should go to school for communication. And I'm like, what does that mean? It means that 20 years later, you might be a New York City talk radio guy and have your own radio show and have followers and people that listen to you speak on a microphone because you started doing it at 16. Anywho, what else did I want to hit on? The Shane Bowen conversation is cooked with the Giants and Mike Kafka. Him saying that it was his decision to fire him. It doesn't matter. It was a world's decision to fire him. But I think that the next thing that came from that is Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula. And a lot of people are saying he is the betting favorite. He is the odds-on favorite to get the Giants head coaching job. Okay. The Rams might be playing for a little while. The Rams could be the best team in the NFC. I definitely think they're better than the Eagles, and if they run into the Eagles this year, they'll be looking for sweet revenge, and I'm rooting for that. But Chris Shula, just the name alone is going to command respect in the entire market and the league. And the Giants defense is so ass. You would like to have a guy like that. But what I was thinking about today was, is there a world where Kafka stays as the offensive coordinator? Like, do they meet and Kafka decides to stay with Jackson Dart as the offensive coordinator so they can keep the same system? Because like when you watch the Giants play, they're good, and that's the stupid part. When you watch the Giants games, you're entertained for 3 quarters. They're in the game for 3 quarters. They take the lead, and then they piss it away, either with penalties or defense or special teams. They just find a way to tank. So, all right, couple minutes here. Just hitting on sports conversation and also telling stories like I always do, and then talking to you guys in the chat. I can see the YouTube chat, but I cannot see the Twitter chat as, you know, this stuff's coming in. And the thing about Twitter is if you go to Twitter and try to, now I have the chat open. So if you're writing in Twitter, I can see it now. Last call for calls. If you're on Twitter and you wrote something, I didn't see it now, but I'm back in the live now, so I can see it. But yeah, you know what? I think it's an Elon Musk thing. I don't think Elon Musk has granted any streaming platform, third-party platform, the right to put the chat on the screen. Twitch allows it. I think Facebook allows it. I know YouTube allows it. So we'll close talking to you guys again. I guess day 2 of the world knowing that I am a free agent. I've elected free agency. I don't know if I will have a WFAN show after the holiday to speak on that platform. Regardless, I'm here on my own platform in my own home, and I've had this set up. I didn't just make this today. This has been here for some time now. This has been, I need to open these. That's something I thought about too. I was like, why don't I open these? Why don't I go ahead and crack these open? I may. I don't know when, but maybe with my son during Christmas. He'll think they're toys. They're bobbleheads, and I'll let him open them. But yeah, let's wrap this up by talking to you guys in the chat. You need something, Tune? You trying to come back on the screen? All right. Tune, tuna. Tune, tuney. I told him his last call, Tune. Told him it's last call for alcohol. You know how we do, yeah. You know we be up in the club like Keith, king of all media. Yeah, honestly, I know how to do a lot of this stuff, not just radio. I do want to do some content on the 5 or 6 home studios that I've built. I worked at Guitar Center. I know a lot about how to wire things up. Lighting. You guys can't even see the lighting in here. This is all HD, LED. You can change the colors of the lights in here. All right, we can go blue. I think yesterday I went blue. I'm blue, da-doo-dee-da-doo-da. So today I just went white light. But now we got more of a blue hue on that. And yeah, I got the lights set up. I got shout out to my good folks over there at Elgato that have been hooking me up for years. Elgato soundproofing, Elgato HD webcam. I honestly have a couple Elgato mics in my closet that I'm not using. So if there's any content creators watching this that I rock with, like if I know you and I can pull up on you and give you a free mic, you just tag Elgato, tell Elgato that I gave it to you. I would love to help somebody out because I rock with this Shure mic. I bought this Shure mic. This is when this first came out because I used to work at Guitar Center. This is the Shure MV7, not Michael Vick 7, but the model is the MV7. It's the podcast version of the SM57B, 58B, and it's great quality, and it's XLR and mini USB. It's built for podcasting and for live streaming. I think it's a good quality microphone. It's a little better than Elgato, but Elgato mics are not bad. So, Keith, will you have a daytime show on WFAN? I'm going to say that's probably not likely. Now I can't say never, but like I don't think that is like what change. Whose show ends for Keith McPherson's show to start? Riddle me that. Um, Pam, I love Pam. Pam is my number one fan for 2025. She's the number one fan. Who will the Jets take in the draft this year? It depends. Are they going to beat the Falcons this weekend? If they beat the Falcons this weekend, they're going to end up with Dante Moore, and I think that's a bad idea. I don't think these West Coast quarterbacks like Sam Darnold, like Mark Sanchez, even Zach Wilson, he wasn't on the coast, but he came from Utah and BYU. They just don't work out here, bro. They don't. It's hard to come from California to New York and succeed. It's a way different world. Ben, did I suggest that you get the MV7? You've got the newer model, right? That lights up. This is the oldest model. I've had this one for like 5 years, but I don't know if I'm not trying to take claim for it. Ben is great. Make sure you follow the Sports Pod. But if you did ask me for advice, I'm sure I said get that mic. Going back, get Antonio Pierce as the DC. I think Antonio Pierce is a lot of talk, a lot of rah-rah, and he's good for television. No disrespect to the Giants legend. He was a hell of a player. I don't think he's much of a coach. His ascent was so fast to head coach, it was never going to work. God bless you taking care of the fam. Just had a kid, and my life changed for me. You can't put a price on the time you spend with fam. No, God bless you and your family. You just had a kid. Watch how quickly it goes. It's cliche, but like, you're going to feel the same through weeks and months as an adult. Your kid isn't the same as those weeks and months go. Your kid is fast, learning, growing, evolving. I got to go get my kid now. RJ from Miami, let them hate. You are where you are because of hard work and dedication. Shout out to RJ. We linked because he played football in Jersey, went to Richmond. I played football in Jersey, went to JMU. He took a visit to JMU, I believe, or didn't take his visit to JMU. I didn't take my visit to Richmond, so we have that aligned in the universe. I remember being on my official visit to JMU with some kids that were going to Richmond. They're like, yo, you got to come party with us in Richmond. I'm like, I'm good. I'm going here. I don't need to go to any other schools. Mistake. You get 5 official visits. Take all 5 of your official visits. I took 1 official visit to James Madison University, and they sold me so good, I didn't go anywhere else. Hey, Keith, I will never forget the clip of you making John Heyman rage. I just gave Connor, my producer, credit for that yesterday when he texted me. I said, people attach John Heyman to me now and John Heyman crying on WFAN to me. I go, that was your fault. You booked him. I didn't know he was going to cry like that. I didn't know he was going to freak out like that. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. Let's see. What other questions can I get in here before we dip off at 6 o'clock? I remember you turning up at Billy's last summer every time. And now, with not doing the nighttime show, when we turn up at Billy's, which is not going to be as much, but when we turn up at Billy's, we turn all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. I was just telling my boy Jaden, shout out to Jaden, I'm like, bro, Jaden's like, selfishly, I'm sad that you're leaving the fan at night. I'm like, bro, but now I don't have to leave the stadium. We can sing Frank. We can go to Billy's after. I don't have to run to the parking lot, dip out with my car, not to get stuck in traffic, speed down the highway to get to the radio station. I did 4 years. I did my time. I did my race. I did my presidential term. I did my 4-year degree. And that's my time tonight. 1 minute left here. I'm going to do these little 30-minute lives probably every day around 5:30 before I get my son. Maybe even sooner, but I cannot hold you. Like, my phone has blown up in a way, and it is extremely humbling, and it's a blessing as well. I've probably talked to 30 people over the phone in the last 2 days, whether it's text, voice notes, calls, and then even like Google Meets. And they're powerful people. They're prominent people in the world that I'm in. And it shows me that the work that I've put in and the time that I put in, it is not lost on anybody. I'm still very much who I am and going to be who I'm going to be. So I appreciate you guys for even giving me a minute out of this 30 seconds. And we'll keep these rocking. So you guys continue to hear my takes. see me in the flesh, see that I'm in good spirits. I was in the gym today for a long time. I'm flexing, but I did legs today. Make sure y'all get in the gym tomorrow before Thanksgiving, please. Make sure you go to the gym tomorrow before you eat all day on Thanksgiving. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for rocking. Till next time.